Hey everyone, it's Silva, and today I'm talking about backpacking backpacks. Woot woot! So I've had two backpacks I've used in the past, the Osprey Aura AG 50 liter and the Hyperlite Mountain Gear Junction 2400. I have used both of these packs, and so today I thought I would do a comparison video on the two. If you've seen my past videos, you know my preferred backpack is the Hmg Junction, and I'll link the video here in the corner on that specific backpack. But today I'm just doing a comparison of the two to help anybody out who's thinking about either one of these. So I thought I'd start with the weight. So my Osprey Aura weighs 4 pounds, 2 ounces. It does have this removable brain that you can take off, which will take a couple ounces off the weight, but not too much. So 4 pounds, 2 ounces. And my Junction weighs 1 pound, 14 ounces. So it's more than a 2 pound difference between the two backpacks, which is a lot. But those are the weights. While we're talking about weights, let's talk about how much each pack is supposed to carry. So this, the Aura is supposed to comfortably carry 25 to 40 pounds with a maximum weight of a 50 pound carry. I have never gotten near the maximum. I think I carried around 33 pounds in this one. It was heavy. And then this one, again, is supposed to comfortably carry about the same. I think 20 to 30 pounds, so the maximum maybe of 40 pounds. I've never gotten near the maximum on this one. Usually, even with 3 or 4 days of food, I've hit around 28 pounds at the most, and that's with full water bottles and everything. So those are what they're supposed to comfortably carry. I've never gotten to that maximum point because I've never wanted to carry that much weight. Both of these backpacks are a size small, so that's good for comparison sakes. I was professionally fitted for both, and because of my short torso, small was what I needed in both packs. So even though this says 50, it really is only a 47 liter pack, and the 2400 means this is a 40 liter pack, and that does include the pockets and everything. So while we're talking about capacity, let's talk about pockets. So both packs have this large front pocket. The Hmg one is in mesh. In theory, it's, you can put wet stuff in there, it'll drain out, you can see through it to see what you have in there. This one is also stretchy, but you can't really see. So they both have nice large front pockets. They both have water bottle pockets on each side. This allows you to fit more than just a water bottle. I will put my seat pad or my tent poles. This one is a little trickier, but also you can get to it from the side as well, so that's kind of nice. They both have hip belt pockets. On the Osprey or the hip belt pockets are a little on the small side, so you can fit snacks in there, small snacks, but it was hard to fit too much in the hip belt pockets. The Hmg hip belt pockets are larger, so you can fit more items in there, so that's nice. And that's it for pockets on the Hmg. But the Osprey Aura, if you're using the detachable brain, also has a pocket on top, as well as, being able to use the inner brain part. And there's also a very large pocket on the bottom of the Aura, and that's, you can stuff your sleeping bag in there, or, well, anything you want, but I think it's designed for your sleeping bag. So those are really the pockets on both of them. Now, both of them also do have inside pockets for a water bladder and ports on the outside if you want to run the tube through, if water bladders is something you use. Alright, so going back to the hip belt pockets, so here's the two hip belt pockets. You can get it unzipped with one hand. It's really hard to zip back up with one hand. That's difficult. The water bottle, trying to get it from the top, like I said, is difficult. But on this one, I tried to show you, you can also use, they have this side thing that makes it much easier to get to your water. So that's how that works. Right, so the Hmg hip belt pockets zip and unzip a little easier than the other ones. So that is much easier to manage. The water bottle pocket here, if the pack were full, it would be even harder for me to get to. Very difficult to get to the water bottle if you have it on the side, which is why I bought this extra thing that does not come with the HMG pack. But in order for me to easily get my water bottle, I bought the water bottle shoulder strap holder. So that's how I solved that problem. All right, both have padded shoulder straps. And I'll zoom in a minute and show you the difference between the padding on both of the shoulder straps. So I'm trying to line them up together. So the, there you can see the shoulder strap on top is the Hmg Junction, and on the bottom is the Osprey Aura. So that's the difference in padding. It's quite a bit. That Hmg is made of Dyneema, which is a 100% waterproof fabric, and the Osprey Aura is made of mostly nylon and is not waterproof. So you do need to use a liner and maybe a pack cover if it's raining because it will soak through. With the Hmg, I do plan to use a liner, but really I don't need a pack cover or anything else on top of that, as it's the fabric itself is 100% waterproof. I think the seams eventually, if you're in days of rain, will leak, so that's why I'm going to use the liner bag. So a couple of the other differences, also the Hmg has this Y strap on the top for bear canisters, and it does have some straps on the side for compression, but not a lot of other gadgets, straps and things on it. Whereas this one does have a few more straps to hang things off. There are straps here to hang hiking poles or an ice axe on both, really, so both of them have those features. And the Osprey has what's called an anti-gravity system, which is the AG, and that just means there's a curve here. I'm not sure how well you can see it, but I'll do a close-up with the camera after. But the pack doesn't ride directly on your back. There's a mesh back here that rides on your back, and it's supposed to help with airflow to keep your back less sweaty. So it also tightly hugs around your hips, which helps disperse the weight and keep it off your back. Right, so here's a close-up of what the mesh looks like. So the Hmg rides right on your back. There's a small internal frame to help with stability, but it rides right on your back. If your back gets sweaty. All right, so the pros and cons of the anti-gravity system on the Osprey. I did really like that it stayed off my back and my back was less sweaty. I didn't really like the hip hugging part because when I was wearing multiple layers, when it was cooler, they would ride up and get stuck, and it was hard to pull them down because it hugged you so tightly. Not impossible, but just more difficult. And so that was one of the things I didn't like. One of the other things that I found was because the weight was a little bit further back on me, when I was climbing up steep inclines, I sometimes felt like I was being pulled backwards. And that may have just been trying to get used to the weight being further back, but I did a few times feel like it was really pulling me back, and I didn't like that so much. Now the Hmg Junction does have an internal frame, but there's no mesh or anything, so it rides right on my back, and I do get nice and sweaty. But the hip does not hug me, so I'm able to adjust more easily. I know it's a minor thing, but it was annoying on my other pack. And then because it did ride on my back, I did feel like my weight was more centered in the pack and didn't feel like it pulled me back as much as the Osprey. Granted, any pack fully loaded is going to have some pull, and you do have to find that adjustment when you're hiking up an incline, but I did feel like this one made me feel more centered. And the final comparison, drumroll please, is price point. So I was able to get both of these on sale, but the original prices of both of these is the Osprey is $240 and the Hmg is $310. So that's a $70 price difference, which is a lot, but just remember, these are both very big ticket items. You really want to be happy with your backpack. So I felt if I was going to spend the money, I wanted to spend it on my backpack so that I was comfortable for all my backpacking adventures. Again, you might be able to get a deal, who knows, but this is one of those items I feel like is worth the investment. So I hope that helps with some quick comparisons. If you have any questions on either backpack, you can put it in the comments below. I would be happy to answer any questions that I can, and just let you know any other details that I didn't cover if you have those questions. So thanks so much for joining me today. Hope you're all having a great week, and as always, keep hiking.